money, I'ma call it quits. That he's put your pride aside for me. That he's why was I tryna get it? That he's put your pride aside for me. Put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside. Put your pride aside, put it aside. Mommy, put your pride aside for me.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show, and we are back in the building, I think. Okay, so I can't start talking. Look, man, it's Tuesday on a Monday. And you know what that means, right, Reese? Tuesday on a Monday, it means I'm blowing up! See, I be giving you context clues, right? So I be trying to make sure you straight up. I be trying to make sure you straight. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We are back. Share the broadcast. Let everybody know we are back in the building, back on the block. I don't know why my YouTube ain't working, but I'm going to have to go on here. But I'm back.
I'm just finna say that. I can't see it on YouTube.
I cannot, but I can because I got the alert from YouTube that said, hey, he's back. So, let's see. Yep. It shows me live on YouTube. So you got to go reset your server and go back out, which is what I got to do. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today, man?
I'm blessed by the best. Show. Ain't know the rest. I got to spend yesterday with my baby for her birthday. I took her to Six Flags, and she had a ball.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, teenager now, man.
Hey, man.
Crazy.
Hey, Joe. These teenagers, hey, man, it be like you got to get your mind right for the teenagers, dog. Because the teenagers will break your heart. Teenagers make you be like, they don't even love you. They be like, you be like, don't you love me still? They be like,
don't you remember I used to be all over me?
And they be like, really? Get away from me, Dad. So you gotta figure that out, Reese. Well, let me say you gotta figure that out because you know your babies always love you, but they will.
You know your daughters, your daughters. Like
woo, but let me tell you,
they daddies.
Okay, I'm a daddy. Hey, daddy. That's usually when it's money time.
Always.
It's money, daddy. Daddy. How you feel? Look, you call. How you feeling today? You good? What you up to?
Never ask me
you ain't asked me what I been. How much? How much?
I do it all the time. Say you don't never just call me just to tell me that you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't never
I was just calling. Now they smart. Like they do the prep call.
Yeah.
They get a pre-call in. They call like they know they gonna need it at the end of the week. So they call you on Monday, and then you be so happy on Monday that then when Friday come, they be like, "Got you." You be like, "Here you go."
Yeah, that's what he
just stop on by. I'm a sucker. I got it. It's like, here's the thing. I'm not a sucker. I get it. I know the game. Just talk to me. Like, my kids could play me, but I think it's when adults be like, I think I could finesse him. You can't finesse me. Just talk to me. Let's figure it out. You know, I'm trying to get to a yes, not a no. All right, so that's my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. I'm in the building. Reese, it's Tuesday, so I actually printed the extra schedule. Was mad, but it's Tuesday, so you know, Ruthie's not going to be here with us today, so let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet where we are up, and wait. Up, and wait. Hey, Reese, how long is the bus ride? Hold on. So, and I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. Border. Texas border to Chicago driving distance and time. How long is it from Texas to Chicago? Drive
16 hours. Well, probably more than that. You going to the border?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Let's say, want to say, is El Paso the border?
You probably say that about like 20 hours for sure, because I know the get to like Houston is like 16.
Wait, how do you know that, Riis?
No, I know somebody that drove.
Oh, I was about to say, if you drove to Houston, I'm not you. Okay, it's 21 hours and 59 minutes.
I said it's about 20.
Okay, so y'all, our new neighbors, as they are now referred to as, have had to suffer on a 21 hour and 59 minute coach bus ride across the country to the city of Chicago. Riis, when we left this thing on Friday, it was 75. We're now at 125, and buses are starting to arrive in Chicago of immigrants. Now, I think I recall you saying you were all for it. We should take as many as possible. I think the mayor is in the same position, and I have come to the position that we should too. Right? Just everybody is welcome. We are a welcoming city, a welcoming state, sanctuary city. And so, as promised, the mayor is welcoming everybody. Riis, today am going to share the website where we can donate, where the Black community will get together with we should mobilize, get together similar to what we did to Mississippi. And make sure that we are participating in welcoming our displaced brethren who have suffered through the 21-hour, let's just round it up to 22-hour bus ride across the country to be dropped off in a city. So anyway, we're going to play the mayor's press conference because yesterday she's upset because she just thinks that while we'll take everything that they have, she wants better coordination. I just feel like we should just probably, like when you go to the border, we should just what we should do is open up an office of immigration services, like a satellite office in Texas. Right? So we can take care of everything while they, you know what I'm saying? Like, just go to the governor and say, look, if you're going to send them, can we please just open up an office and take care of all the paperwork? You know what I'm saying? Like, get them loaded on the bus. Like when you go to Jamaica or something and they give you all of the paperwork on the plane, and then you can have everything ready so when you get off, you can be just straight, right? I think we should set up like a mobile, like how Kamala and them did, like at the border and stuff. I think we should do the same thing and have a launch, like when they leave, give them so that they can get and we should have people on the buses that prepare them for Chicago. And then if they want to leave, we should have, like a travel agency sort of that helps them get to where they're going if they don't want to stay in Chicago, or if they stay in Chicago, we should get them, we should clear out some of our abandoned house, some of our homes, vacant homes in our neighborhoods. And I think we should open them up that way. I think we should put the full package together. I think we should open up a Chicago office down there. Because I think we have to live up to our standards. And instead of, I would rather get as much on a 22-hour bus ride. You know how much stuff you can get taken care of? Get your family information, get your visa, get your stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying? Where do you, you can show them a neighborhood, show them a neighborhood map, and tell them, here are the nicest part, here's the places in Chicago, etc. So, we're going to play the mayor's press conference back. And then I think we should just coordinate our efforts. All right? And I'm trying to figure out the vacillation between immigrants and migrants. So if you notice, I am right now writing I am in parentheses, and then the other MIGRANTS is out. So until we decide whether it's immigrants or migrants, or is it once you get into the country, now you're a migrant? You know what I'm saying? Is that maybe that's what the understanding is. All right. Also, can I just say, Riis, I love black people. I love being black. I love being black. What? Say what? Say what? I love being black. You know why? Well, beyond, there's so many reasons, but we got, do y'all see how much water? I think we tried to drown Jackson this weekend. I think they tried to drown Jackson in bottled water. So many people mobilized, and there'll be so many efforts. Did I tell you we're doing a bus trip? You didn't know that, but BP1, Wiftable 1 is doing a bus trip to Mississippi at the end of the month. We doing a 24-hour turnaround, right? We taking a case of water, not a case. This is me a case. We're taking a truckload of water. By the way, I need to help you. I'm gonna need y'all help to raise the money for it. We're going to deliver, because you know how everything happens at the beginning and then everybody drink all the water and then they forget. So we're going at the end of the month, but we're going to take a bus trip. It's going to be 24 hours, straight down, take the bus, go see a historic site, like a historic black ancestral site, come back, eat, and have it like a, you know what I'm saying? Like we did to Springfield, but we're going to do it to Jackson, Mississippi. So if you want to get on the bus, let us know. All right? It's the Maze Jackson show. Riis, but so many people gave water. I'm telling you. Jackson, Mississippi. And they said the water got on, but the water is boiled. Also, I saw somewhere that the mayor of Dixmoor said that they straight on the water. I'm not too sure about that. And I do think that everybody on the way out of Chicago should drop off a pallet, or at least a couple cases at Dixmoor as well, wherever that is. And we're going to have a place to do that because I just think we need our own joint. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson show. Riis. You got to find a version. You got to go on the Facebook thing and see if we can play. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. This time it's Sue Garza. Now, if you don't remember Sue, in case you don't remember Sue Garza, I'm gonna have a clip for you. But she said, absolutely not. I will not be supporting the mayor. Again, I have never met anyone who manages to piss everyone off. Everyone she comes in contact. And the mayor still said, I love you, Sue. Oh, Riis. Now, when we get mad, don't be mad, because you know Queen be like, give me my money. But, we got to start. I'm gonna learn how to play my own stuff. Y'all lucky I don't know how to play a keyboard in here, because I be. Anyway, we're going to talk about that, because Riis, I just keep thinking, like, with all these retirements, how is the mayor going to pass a budget? And if she is going to pass a budget, what we get? Because she going to need every black vote she got, you know, because that's the only people that's sticking. All the white people are like, the mayor been going to people like, yo, you either going to vote for me, vote with me and support me, or you gone, or you going to die. They was like, we'll die. Riis, you used to be like, oh, well, tomorrow you would have been like, you die. But this is Tuesday, so, you know. The mayor is like, they like, see you later. Riis, I cannot wait for this budget. I know this sounds really cornball, but I cannot wait for this budget process because the mayor's committee chairs are quitting. So the people who are responsible for chairing these budget hearings are all quitting. So there's going to be a whooping going on around here. And I'm just saying, the black people got to definitely get their money. Okay, y'all, I'll talk to y'all about this a little bit later because I don't want to get it too early. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and then I'm going to finish these headlines, and then after we finish the headlines, we're going to talk about, I had some observations about the water this week, and I want to talk about them just a little bit, you know, because I feel like, first of all, I'm so proud of what we were able to do. Now I just hope that we can figure out some coordination. It's the Maze Jackson show. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back after did anybody see Scarface? Does anybody remember how Scarface started? Does anybody remember? Just let me help you understand. Does anybody remember how Scarface started? They started because Jimmy Carter said, we are give us your people. And so Castro emptied out all of his jails and put all of the people in the jail people that was supposed in his jail and his insane asylums and sent them to Miami. Do y'all remember this movie? This was a real thing that happened. Like Jimmy Carter offered to make us a welcoming place, a safe space for Cubans who wanted to leave Cuba. And guess what, Riis? He said, "Oh, you want some? Here you go." Riis, I'm just telling you. You ever heard of MS-13 and all that stuff? The ones that be in like Cali? Yo, cuz we somewhere in this mix. You know, like when people get off the bus, like when you tell me the migrant story and you get off the bus with a Yankees hat, like a fresh one, broke off, I'd be like, excuse me. What's the screening process here? I just feel like, you know how people try to create a space, Riis. And you create a space, you gotta be ruthless. You gotta, remember we saw the machete? Remember we saw a machete attack earlier this year? Y'all don't, when you ever heard of a machete attack in Chicago?
Never.
Riis, a machete? Okay, all right, y'all don't, what's my name? The Maestradamus. Now y'all gonna let people call me racist, but I'm just telling you now, as the Maestradamus, I'm telling you how this works. We'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest Black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around. Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:40 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 34 minutes outbound. Will be 24 on the Edens inbound, 35 outbound, 27 Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop, 39 minutes, 30 minutes back out. The Stevenson is 47 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford inbound, 44 minutes. Outbound 30. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. Today's weather, it is currently 70 degrees. The high will be of 75 and the low of 66. I'm Riis the Ruler. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Down to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh, they get simply to the down to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh, they get simply to down to the grave, from the grave. Oh, they get simply to down to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos, and we are doing our thing. First of all, let me say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, WBGX 1570 AM. We talk to you every day, 6:30 to 8. We call that our Saints programming, not the New Orleans Saints, Zaviola. The Saints, you know, like Holy Ghost Saints. Last night, I'm telling you, I could have listened to Coco do a whole gospel concert, and they went to church yesterday on the people. Riis, is it like I was watching SWV last night, and it's clear like there's some attitude in there with each other. They know like when you may not like the people, but y'all could sing. They was singing last night, dog. They sang up the song, and anyway, I'm just telling you, it was a good show last night. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. DJ Riis the Rule. I was on the African Festival of the Arts. Did you find that sound effect I was looking for? Riis, okay, is it got some time on it? Has it got some seconds on it?
How many seconds you need?
Give me about 10 seconds of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you ready? Hold on. Stop. This, hush, Jerome. Just let me do my thing. Now, part of what I did this weekend was I went to the Bolingbrook Simeon game at Gately Stadium, where I talked cash money. Oh, shout out to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Saints, hold on for a second. Give us a call at 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Thank you to everybody who tunes in on the Maze Jack. You can also catch us every day 6 to 9, on the Maze Jackson page on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Hold on!
Good game,
hush. Hey, okay, so let me do this. First of all, CPS refs obviously listen to the show too. There are no excuses. But I was in the parking lot, and even Simeon people was like, yeah, dog. Like, I mean, they was like, we won. And I'm not taking anything away. Shout out to Coach Dante Colbreth. Shout out to all of the Simeon Wolverines. Shout out to the Wolverine alumni. Shout out to Alderman David Moore, who had the audacity to come walk into the Raider stands like I did them last year and do all of the same dances that I did in the stands in Bolingbrook. Shout out. But let me just say this. First of all, it was a great game. It was really a good game. We lost, first, our quarterback though, he's 14, bro. He's 14.
But you were just telling us, do you know who our quarterback is?
Yeah, so Riis, Riis, here's what I want to do.
It's my quarterback, man.
Hey man, I'm rocking with him. He needed that though. We needed that too. I needed a little bit of that. But I have come to recognize that every time I go specifically to talk smack about Simeon, it does not work out. So I think I'm gonna leave Simeon alone, even though I've declared myself an honorary in the city. If I went to school in the city, I've declared myself an honorary Lindblom alum. However, and I hear that Lindblom is picking at CVS right now because of that trophy, and it's starting to go down on Freddie's page, so I'm going to share y'all that. But what I would like to do is because I want to make sure that all of the children and all the young people that knew that were playing, like I really cheer for all the kids, right? Like all of them. And Simeon's boys football team did an excellent job, especially for a CPS team, and I don't mean that in any type of shady way. Y'all came and y'all beat the number 5 team in the Super 25, and I am proud of you all for your hard work and your effort. But I think I owe like $100 more that I need to pay to Mike Pookie Brown. But did he ever pay us for our commercials? Tennille, if he ain't pay us for our commercials, I ain't paying him jack bone. Anyway, but what I'd like to do, Reese, is for the next 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, you all will hear crows, because that is the crow that I am eating for all of the smack that I talked about. I thought it was all in good nature fun. I hope it's always in good nature fun. Coach Colbreth, you are more than welcome to come to the show. Bring any of your players or your students. Y'all wide receiver was crazy, but that little running back Cruz,
222.
Hey man, what I didn't ask you for. I didn't ask you for that. I didn't ask you. And the other dude had 160. I didn't ask you for none of that. I didn't ask you for none of that. I didn't ask you for none of them stats. Now you want to do sports. Now you want to cover high school sports. All right.
Prosser won on another note.
What they play like?
We
the kindergarten.
No, we played another CPS school and we whooped them 14-8. That's
not a whooping, Reese. That's maybe for Prosser. Maybe for Prosser. But Reese, this is dedicated to these crows are dedicated to the Simeon Wolverines, who I am officially eating crow for them and their alumni. Reese, hit it. Okay, so I'm still waiting. See, now that's a Prosser alum. I'm trying to be a good sport here. Uh-oh, he got it. He got to loop it.
It's all right, man. It happens to the best of us, man.
And the Raiders are the best. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Shout out. Honor the Raiders. Madam Reagan, you must avenge me. You must avenge me. We will have our revenge. All right. Did you see Lisa Truss was named the British Prime Minister? They ain't had a woman since Margaret Thatcher. So you know when a woman is the Prime Minister, she got to be tough. She gonna be. Why Britain started some wars? They gonna start some wars. Trump gets a special master, not like that kind of master. Excuse me, not like a slave master, but a special master to look over the documents that were acquired in the raid. You know what? I don't know how. Well, obviously we just had a long weekend, but the greatest, Serena Williams. Did you see her post on Saturday? It was like what I did, it was Monday, what I did this weekend, and it was her in a bed, sleep under a big old comforter. Shout out to Serena Williams. Shout out to Venus Williams. It was like without Venus, there would be no Serena. Like, I love that, right? And Venus was being tough the whole damn time. Like, and what's up with their mama acting like she was asleep? She like, is it like when you just want it to be over so you could just finally just be like, take the pressure off? Because her mom was sitting up there like she was straight leaned over. But it's okay. Shout out to Venus and Serena Williams. And as much smack as I want to talk about old boy, he was there to support his wife. Although I do not like white guys calling black women mama. Because I really don't want to hear her calling him daddy. At all. Like, I don't even want to imagine that in any way, shape, or form. So, he was like, come on, mama. I was like, now, sir, please, for those of us who are trying very, very hard, please help me. Not mama.
Is it because...
I don't care. I don't care. Is it because he has I don't care.
No. Like, you know how, like...
Nope.
Like you with your girl, and you know how like the kids call you mama, so you just be like, you know what I'm saying, like mom, like I do that like a cake.
Mom, yeah, no,
like to my girl, like
not in the stands, like mama. No, you can't do it. It's just, well, first of all, love is love. So I ain't go, but please, it was just, every time he did it, it was working me over.
He probably was doing this for you.
He was doing it for all of us, all the black men that played Serena. Look, she had on her Alexa shirt We said, Alexa, play all the black men that played me. Right?
You tried.
She said that?
I mean, you could, she dated a couple of blacks, and then, hey, man.
That's what they said about Tiger, too. See, Reese, why you don't give the brother the same grace? Like, why you get that whole
Tiger, the reason why I don't give Tiger that same thing is because Tiger kind of declaimed us at one point, and then it came right back to hunt him. So he got exactly what he deserved. You know what I'm saying? So he got exactly what he deserved.
That's funny. All right, y'all. Okay, man. You wearing out my comments. Who is this, man?
Sky ball tonight, I think.
Huh?
You watching this Sky come and win tonight?
The Sky. You know what? Go Sky. I'm told you I'm a Sky fan, man. You see, I got my flags.
Okay, all right.
Let's go Sky. Shout out to the Sky be getting it in, man. They be balling. They going to the championship. One more game, and Riis.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
They're really good.
You think they're gonna have jerseys this year? You think they're gonna print some jerseys up?
They should. You know,
and I gonna have Stitch, or is it only gonna be like the press? Like can you get like I don't want to buy no like
if it's from the NBA, if it's from like the NBA store, then it's gonna be Stitch. Now I don't know from.
Can I go to? Cause right by United Center. Can I stop by United Center and go to the NBA store and be like
No, I think ain't that just the Bulls store?
That's NBA license.
But I think.
I bet you can get you a. Sky. Okay, where's the Sky store?
Right down the street, probably. They stadium is down the street, right?
Yeah, I drive by there all the time.
Yeah,
so I ain't never seen the Sky store.
I think it is one next to it, but yeah.
Reese, where?
I'm gonna go look today.
Yeah, you go look. Reese, you go find me a Sky store.
But y'all tune in 7 p.m. for our Sky.
What time? 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
ESPN 1, 2?
It's 2 today. It's 2 today. Come on, man. It's 2 today.
Man, we going to the finals, man.
Oh, they probably got tennis or something on the U.S. Open on one. They probably got the U.S.
You mean that basketball ranks? You mean our Sky ranked under tennis?
Yes.
What?
Yes. The U.S. Open, yes.
What? There's no Serena. There's no Venus.
But it's the U.S.
And
Open.
all the big. Oh, Coco getting ready to get it.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
Coco.
go, Coco. Coco.
She looked real good out there. So we still got Coco in there.
Yeah,
we ain't been talking about her.
Hey, but they said Coco. They said she ready to assume. She ready to step up. First of all, do y'all notice that these people just do not seem to want to? Yes, we the brutes. It's a Ukrainian flag. I just keep it in my back pocket. I want to get some good points. Das Vidanya, da ba da da.
And that's when you lose your points right there. You just gained them and lost them all. All at once.
Because I Das Vidanya did. Yeah. Okay. No, these are my screen cleaners. You wipe the screens and keep them clean. All right. Black Labor Day. Shout out to everybody over. Is it David Williams? Everybody over at the Pullman Porter Museum yesterday honoring Labor Day. One of the best kept secrets, which is a bad thing, is was that labor, the Black Labor Movement was founded here in Illinois. Pullman Porters by you know who? Riis, the organizer of the March on Washington. You know who that was?
Who was that?
Sigma Man A. Philip Randolph, who organized the Pullman Porters Union and organized the March on Washington, which, as we did the hard work, your boy slid in. Talking about he got a dream. No, I'm just joking. You got a dream. Wake up!
I assembled it. We just put you on that.
We just put you on there. You want to come? Right. Now it's your show. Now it's your show. Now it's the.
I did all this work.
You get the statue. I did all this work and you get the statue.
They call you 18 times to even get to the answer.
We couldn't even get you to show up. Now you want to come in, talk about some dream, and now you got a dream, and now. Just like them.
Whole event planner.
I done got 35,000 people from around the country to come. You come over here and say 3 minutes, and now it's your march, It's your macho wash. It be your own people, Reese. It be your own people.
He organized though. He just come
in and be like,
he's just on. There's a lot of other people that speak too, but he
who?
Just,
Who? There wasn't no other speeches that day, Joe. Wasn't damn
if it was it?
Now, it was.
You don't even remember.
It was like the Million Man March, dog.
That's crazy because that's all you remember, Dr. King.
Man, please, man. Y'all making me look, man. Just like them little alphas. Trying to slide in and be like, we was first. We got it right. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, man, that's a little bit of Black Greek humor. I know. And here we go. Hey, well, yeah, man, y'all see, we made Greece, okay? Follow. How y'all stop y'all history at the part where it makes sense for you only? Right? It's like, did you know that the blacks created the Africans and the Egyptians created created Greece? All right then, dog. Oh Lord, that always gets me. All right, Reese. I was going to do a long thing on this, but I'm going to keep it short. So why don't you do this? Hit the button for me because I'm ready to actually, I want to answer the question. You're more than welcome to call in. We're going to keep it going the whole time. But Reese, hit the button for me.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
How can Black Chicago work together in the case of a crisis? How can we? You remember on Boomerang when he was like, Gerard, your father, he got a mushroom jacket and mushroom earrings and look at that. See, Marcus, you got to coordinate. See, Marcus, you got to coordinate, right? See, then you make a mushroom, right? Remember that? So here's me. First of all, I have got to tell you how amazing it was to watch Black Chicago respond to the Jackson crisis. Reese, I'm not sure that prior to September 1st, very many Chicagoans were aware of the water crisis. Would you agree? Like, I would say that, like, we may have saw it or, passed it on the news, but I would argue that prior to September 1st, there wasn't much local attention on the water crisis in Mississippi. I would say by Saturday, we were launching semi-trailers full of water collected by various groups to Jackson, Mississippi. There are now probably, self-included, probably 10 to 15 Mississippi water initiatives going on currently or have happened. I was thinking to myself, this was an excellent example of what we can do. I would love to know a gallon count of how much water went to Jackson this week. And we'll have gone there by this week. And I was thinking about how Chicago's response to Jackson's fresh water crisis, because they said the water is now coming on. I thought, the water in Jackson, they said is pumping, but they still got brown water coming out, so they can't drink it. Let me make sure I got that right. Reese, I was thinking, and I was wondering how many millions of gallons of water, or hundreds of thousands of gallons of water, or tens of thousands of gallons of water did Chicago send to Jackson, Mississippi? And then I thought to myself, what if there was a way we could coordinate? Right? Like, what if there was a way, or what can we do to coordinate? Now, one of the things that I marketed last week was the opportunity, the PR opportunities that would come with it, right? Like of doing it, of mobilizing the water. But I was just thinking about like greater together. And could we take these same efforts, have a centralized warehouse, and a coordinated schedule? One of the biggest things that I found out in trying to transport this water is that there's logistics issues, right? And I'm not a logistics person, right? So I was thinking about all of the people that were involved and how many people would have liked, who would like to help, but don't have all of the tools in the toolbox. And if we were to coordinate it together, if we can figure out a way to coordinate together, so that we can get maximum effort. Does that make sense? So I was thinking about like how many trucks went down. And then I was thinking about us just being like, damn, we don't even have a truck to get it down there. We got to coordinate. So we get this pallet of water, we get this case of water. How do we get it down there? And is it possible for Black people to coordinate our efforts and work together in this water situation? Right? Like, so what I learned this weekend, Riis, is that if Black people, if the call is put out to Black people, they will respond, especially if it's legitimate. Now, could you imagine, because I think some people have different access points than others, but could you imagine if our efforts to raise, to get water were combined and we worked together? How much more water would have gotten to the people, and how much more prepared could we be? Like right now, I'm just asking, is there somebody that would be willing to put up a warehouse, right, that has space? And is there a place where we could tell, that has trucking doors and bays, where we could tell Black truckers that once a week we got a shipment going down? Right? And so you know that if you drop off here, it's going to get there. I just think that, so what I saw was almost like an arms race, if you know what I mean. Like, it was like, we're all gonna, everybody is doing everything in their own silos. Like I saw my fraternity brothers did a water drive. I see the Q's doing a water drive. I saw my man Marlon Watson and his church doing a water drive. I saw Dalton doing a water drive. And I saw all of these things running around, fam. Whoever this, you blowing my chat, like really, like you really are, like you doing too much, and I'm gonna have to, you flooding it, and I'm seeing too much, right? So I'm gonna ask you to chill just a minute. Is it possible for us to work together? Or is it too hard? Right? Does it? Because here's my point. The water crisis in Jackson is not going to end this month. And when 2, 5, 7, and 9 don't care anymore, the water crisis in Dixmoor, until they get it fixed, right, is there a place that we can go? Can we coordinate our efforts? And I mean that because sometimes, and I gotta be honest with you, unity takes a lot of work and sometimes can slow. So I feel like we got our first wave cracked off, like everybody got it going. But we already know that there was a water crisis in Dixmoor. They're saying now it's not. I don't know how it's not, but tell me if everything is working good and people don't need water, that's fine. But this is going to happen again. One of the things that happened at the BP1 meeting is once this is like, what happens when, because y'all realize Jackson's been under a boil order for 2 months. Right? 2 months. So the water might get back on, but I think in a month they're gonna still need water. Right? So my question is, can you figure out a way to coordinate together? We have real leaders, right? Real leaders who took initiative and said, we're going to mobilize and put it together. Is it possible for those real leaders to create a sustained plan, right? That says that anybody needs water, we got a water warehouse. And it goes even further because do we have a commissary? Right? Like, all I'm saying is there was a race to Mississippi, which I am so super proud of. I was just thinking, like, could you imagine the sight of 20 black truckers at a black warehouse with the entire black community? Not the entire, but you know, like all of those different groups working together to get the water out, right? I think the biggest public affairs opportunity, locally and nationally, is to demonstrate black people of all walks taking responsibility for our own people. It's like seeing people who would ordinarily not be on the same page working together on their for a black cause. And I think of the vision of one day us seeing our collective problem being solved collectively by unity. And it takes a lot of work to work with people when you could just get it done. But it is my sincere hope that we can find a way to coordinate our efforts. Like, do you understand what it would look like? Like, I want to see Darius Deontay Randall and 20 black truckers lined up, ready with our trucks, ready to go. And somebody on the schedule once a week to make a freaking pallet run down, and there's water there, and we can meet the need, and it is a sustainable process. Shout out to I tried to drop off water to I didn't take pictures at all of them, and I felt like I probably should have took pictures at all of them because I want to make sure that I tried to show our support to everybody. But my premise being, I want our collective, when we have an opportunity where nobody can disagree, I would love to see us do it collectively. Does that make sense? Like, nobody could disagree on the fact that we need to help the people in Mississippi and in Dixmoor, right? There's no black beef over that at all, correct? Like, it ain't got to be political, it ain't got to be nothing. Now, can you imagine if black people in all ilks got together regardless, and we had somebody in logistics who said, okay, I'll coordinate the trucks, right? Somebody in real estate or property management that says, okay, I got a warehouse. Then we take our philanthropists and they say, instead of buying water individually, look, we'll arrange for you to buy water by the pallets. We just need to raise XYZ per whatever, because now you got to drive, drop, and do all of this. And if we have people, we have experts, and I think that this crisis, I thought of Zaviola. I'm sorry, and I'm going to leave you alone today, Zaviola. But I thought about a military operation and being able to respond. Right? And Jerome, we looked at collecting money and buying locally. But that's going to be a water crisis down in that area because they're probably trying to buy everything up. But anyway, my point is, I don't want to coordinate, and honestly, so BP1 was I was trying to collect water, and we've decided we're going to do it at the end of the month, and we're going to take a bus trip, and we're going to deliver it, and we're going to fellowship with our people. So if you're interested in taking that bus ride with us to Mississippi, we're going to ride, we're going to cook the whole thing, and come on back. But there was so much response, and to me, I don't care who got the credit for doing it. What I cared about was the fact that there was water getting to our people, right? And so while I was in the biggest rush to try and deliver, Black Chicago responded. So now we want to figure out, how do we sustain it? And so I was just thinking about all of these different people that were hitting me, texting me, whatever, saying, okay, now that we're past the initial pop, right? Because it's like we always get the initial pop. Who's going to be in charge of the sustained delivery? Who's going to be in charge of sustaining and watching and making sure that it doesn't slip down that hole? Is that crazy? Is that silly? Or is that saying we did an excellent thing, now here's how we can take it to the next level? Where are our military people? Where are our logistics people? Where are our property management? Where's our black truckers, shipping, right? All of those different things. Y'all, this was an example of us saving ourselves. Now, again, it's probably more. Now we got to engage our scientists, engage our thought leaders to fix this problem. But we got the physical part. Now, how do we get the mental part of it together? Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Did I go too far? Did I go too deep on that? I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like, is there an opportunity for us to coordinate our efforts ever? Right? Where it's not like one and done, but like it's a system. All right. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis, when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. And when we do come back, I am going to talk about the next resignation in Chicago of the city. Next Aldermanic resignation. It seems like the great exodus is happening in city council. We'll talk about it more when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam, the official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Be part of the action. Let's hear it. Make some noise. Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to all state arenas September 16th through 18th.
Yeah, man. Ideas, nigga. Ideas. You don't have to find me. I'm
wanna be free, you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. Let's go. Standing my ground, I can't mess around. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, yeah. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me, I'm walking right behind you. Understand clearly, you wanna be free. It's the time that you spend making me think within. It's the trust still beginning. Fade away from beginning of the day. I can see you trembling times, and I can see you wondering mine. Is it me considered? Is you that's with it? See, you don't have to find me, I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see, baby, that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me, I'm walking right behind thee. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free, yeah. I'm just trying to be the best I can. You can call me the troubling man. Matter of fact, I'm from the side of the street. Baby girl, you're calling on me at the time that I feel the presence around me. Something that I can't let go. It's your time and everything around me there. I just wanna hold on, but you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. I just wanna come correct best I can. Baby, get your foot on my neck. And just before you just leave, baby, I've been trying to tell you I can't breathe. You don't have to find me, baby, I'm walking right behind you. So clear to see, you want me free. Down pressure, baby. I just want pressure, baby.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's made and Riis. Ruthie is high. Explaining how we all come from God, giving us to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect to oppress the
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler on the ones and the twos. Yep, my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. I've been trying to work my little magic over here, trying to get things together. So Riis, am I wrong for thinking that I would love to see some unity as we start to coordinate these statewide, like, you know, I know we got Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, black people, but my question is there a possibility that we can coordinate our efforts? Like, I would love to see our awesomely powerful state representatives and state senators and everybody that is involved that does the work. I would love to see people coordinate. You know what I'm saying? Like, work together. Put it all together. The show of black power, when it shows people who would not ordinarily be working together on their crisis, is like, when they look at that, let me ask a question. When you see a crisis generally in a community, like the community all pulls to one spot. They all pull together because many hands make light work. And so I think black truckers deliver. Black business people finance. Black citizens drop off to the location. The black logistics company with the black truckers gets together and sends it down, and it's us doing our thing. And what you're doing is organizing your community to be prepared for a disaster. Like, a black preparedness plan starts to come together. And so sometimes I don't know, man. I just want the best for us. That's all. And I hope that everybody, I am so grateful for all of the water that made it to Mississippi. Now my question is, can we do it efficiently? Right? How much water can we get on a truck? Can we get double? Can we save the money on the truck because you got the truck, and then somebody who's got water just put their water on your truck? Or is it my truck and I? Right? And if that's the case, then I'll stand down. But my premise is that I saw some pretty powerful people pulling out with semi-trucks, and I saw a lot of people who just said, can I give a case? Where do those people go, and how do we allow our community? And then how do we use that? Is there voter registration? Is there, right? Did we take care of, are we looking at any other water crises that are happening around the country, especially with this water terrorism? All right, so I'm through. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Thank you to everybody who dropped off a case, delivered water. I stopped buying bottles recently and started buying them 5-gallon jugs, because my thing is, right, like, you can't, it's hard to, how many bottles you gonna pour into a pot? You know what I'm saying? If you gotta boil a pot, or you gotta do something. Callers on the line. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up? Hello?
Hey, good morning, bro. What's up, Riis? What's going on? What's happening, family?
What's up, Devo? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, I'm feeling great, bro. Like, I'm telling you, when you start talking about emergency preparedness and developing plans, bro, that's what I do.
That's your bailiwick.
We have to utilize what we do in society for our community. That's the key. You don't have to do anything different. If you can't dribble between your legs when you get in the game, don't try to dribble between your legs. Pass the ball if that's your skill set. Utilize your skill sets for your black people. It's just that simple. And because you do it for the other people all day anyway. So all I can do is say, hey, man, it's just like you saying, bro. But, it's because you asking for it. If you didn't, just you just bring it up, and then it'll just magically manifest, dog. Hi, everybody that listens in, that, don't communicate. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, bro. It's you, man. It's you. It's you, bro. It's you.
Dang, man.
But it's the right thing. It's the right message. It's just the messenger, and that's what's messed up. Leaders lead. You're a thought leader. So all you got is you just bring up the idea, the thought, and then people will contribute. So I mean, I dropped off my water to 119.
Me too.
Like you said, you know what I'm saying. So we just have to coordinate and collaborate and work together, man. It ain't about your party. It ain't about this or that. It's just about helping black people. Help black people. So other than that, man, shout out to the Raiders. Great game, man.
Hey,
sorry I couldn't be there.
You trolling?
Sorry I couldn't be there, bro.
That's why you're not invited on Sunday for the Bears. That's why you're not invited to the tailgate on Sunday.
Man, what? Bro, I bring chicken, dog.
Man, you be bringing chicken thighs. Nope. Hey, can I tell you what? Let me tell you about Devin. Let me tell you about Devin. Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
We had this meet. Hold on. No. I got to do it because you want to bring up Simeon, right? You want to congratulate the Raiders. So Riis.
Man, congratulations to the Raiders, man.
Hey Riis, so have you see on Obsidian, the floors on Obsidian, they look like magic floors and everything. So I hired Chantel to actually do the floors and make them super crispy, like they was like Riis. They put things on every chair. Riis, they got little stoppers on every chair so that like if you move anything around, like I was trying to tiptoe through the room. I wouldn't even drink in the room because I was worried I was gonna spill something. Riis, guess what Devin do?
Bro,
we mentioned the Bears. We talk about how it's gonna be a great tailgate next week for the Bears.
You know what
Devin do? He come and he spills a whole big old cup of coffee on the brand new crispy floors that ain't nobody even walked on, and now he want to come ask about the Bolingbrook Raiders after he just came through and crushed our floor.
I bring some chicken, bro.
No chicken thighs, man. He be bringing pinwheels, man. He be bringing pinwheels.
Dude,
he don't even get the pinwheels cut.
Bro.
How you get a fried pinwheel? You know what a fried pinwheel? It's like trying to eat a leg and a thigh together. Man, cut them bad boys off.
Bro.
That's how Atlanta Hawk fans do, man. That's how Atlanta Hawks fans do.
I brought 2 kinds of chicken, dog. How long am I going to have to pay for this and my transgression, bro? God, man, dog. I brought chicken.
You shouldn't have brought the Raiders up, dog. I already ate my crow. But you want to get jazzy. You want to get jazzy. And 1 week away from when we start kicking it for the Bears and you want to get jazzy, hey, man, you go to the Atlanta tailgate.
Oh.
Where's the Atlanta bar in Chicago?
Man, my Rex Grossman jersey. Is coming from Africa, bro.
Cut him off. He said Rex Grossman jersey. Did you hear this dude? See, Mario. See, this what happened. And I'm holding Mario and Ness responsible because y'all had the fat heads in the studio, and now Devin he had his tough guy picture. Did you see how Devin was trying to look all tough? Mario had his bow tie on, and Ness, meanwhile, this dude is a fake Bears fan. I call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up? Fake Bears fan.
Hey, bro.
Jake! Hold it. Let me get my disclaimer. Let me just say that the thoughts and opinions of the people of the callers on this show are not necessarily the opinions of the Mace Jackson Show. The callers' thoughts and opinions are those and theirs alone. Jacob Israel, welcome to the Mace Jackson Show, sir. What's up, Jake?
Hey, man. My thing is, okay, like you said, voter registration and this and that. Mississippi is America. Why? What about FEMA? What about the country? I'll vote for everybody, everything under the sun. Why didn't they do the water thing? Why do we have to take our resources and go way down there when they have a National Guard for the state of Mississippi? First of all, why didn't they do it? We celebrate everything under the sun. We had to go lucky majority of so-called Black Americans. Why didn't they do it? Why didn't we act like this was out of? Why they sending money over to Ukraine? Why everybody, the people in the border, why they doing all these other concentrated efforts and we got to send water to Mississippi? That don't make no sense. That is messed up. You know what? I only voted one time in my life. And people were like, why you don't vote? That's exactly why. I voted one time in my life. And that was for Jesse Jackson and Harold Washington when I was living out west. I never voted for not now what. I never voted for a white man in my life. Ever. And I'm 50 something now in my life. And real quick, man. Dame Dash was on Elder Tillman show this weekend, right? And he said what you was talking about as far as lobbying. He's like, we don't lobby. He's dealing with somebody in Gary. He's on a council in Gary, Indiana. I was like, they ain't messing around in Gary. He said, nobody lobby at the politicians. They don't lobby for not lobby the politicians, but lobby for different things that we need in our community. We don't lobby. So I had even though the elder wouldn't even let us talk to her, she just took our questions or whatever. I was able to say, what up, Harlem, and ask him about the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? Is he dabbling in that world or whatever? And the last thing, bro, y'all heard of the so-called Alexander the Great, the Greek, right? Y'all know the Rome. You know they got the Colosseum, and you know they used to feed people to lions and people in lighters. And you know he got with Cleopatra, and that's when Egypt got messed up. But y'all claim all that, but won't believe we are the people of the book, Israel. Shalom, Maki. Love.
Jake always be trying to drop a bomb on you. You know my feelings is hurt. We ain't get no Damon Dash, but it's all good. I saw Dame in town. It's all good though. It be all good. It be all good. Heck, y'all. Now look, I can't be standing on JB for Dixmoor, right? Like y'all got elected officials for Dixmoor. Y'all be getting mad at me. I say something, and then y'all will be like, Maze is crazy. Like, no, I think that all the people that did a press conference from the Southland need to make sure that they doing a press conference from Dixmoor. And they should not be smiling at all. But that's not my job, because every time I say something about that, then y'all want to tell me y'all want to start taking cracks at me and my family. Because I want black people to have water that don't turn on with rust. But now I got to go to talk about JB. Y'all talk to JB about what's going on in Dixmoor. He talked to y'all all the time. And I promise you, if you was in a press conference, I hope you have spoken. I hope JB is on your program and you got the water budget going. I'm not even talking about that. Caller, it's on the Maze. You on the Maze Jackson show. What's up?
Shalom.
Israel, King Israel, live from what part of the country you calling us from, man? I know you probably somewhere downstate trying to turn it around for the people. What's going on, my brother?
I'm on Southside, and I'm going to join that trip with you in Mississippi, man. I got some people down in Mississippi I need to talk to.
Hey, man, we want, hey, man, now you know you wild boy on the trip. We're going to have a good time on the bus trip. That's 14 hours? And we stopping at one of the ancestral sites. We probably going to stop by the Emmett Till joint to make sure that we good. But, man, what's up, man? You coming with us for real?
No, yeah. I do that. Like I told us people in Jackson, I need help, but I'm calling for something. I remember me and you, I don't know if we went together. I don't think when Flint had a water crisis. Flint, Michigan.
Yep.
Your wife went.
Yep.
Yeah. And the problem we had when we went down there is the people who we gave the water to. Now, I'm trying to find out who they giving the water to in Mississippi, because there was some slick Reverend ripoffs down there trying to con us out the water. So that's what I'll be concerned about, who they giving the water to.
So I feel like I'm with you on that, Israel. Like, I know that I know that in some cases our fraternity brothers connected. I know that there was some people that weren't connected with, right? Like I'm confident that we didn't do the whole hustle. I think that water started arriving on these people in a way that they didn't know. But I don't think that there was a hustle necessarily in this case, because there was so many people who we all know personally. Like Flint to me was not anybody we knew. We just heard about it. But Jackson, Mississippi, everybody say the truck stopping here. Ain't no running away with that. No Reverend ripoffs in that case. At least that's not what I see. You know what I'm saying? And Israel, that's part of why we gonna escort ours down, and we want to make some connected relationships, because this connection should not just be a drop off. This should be a consistent open line of communication between Chicago and Mississippi as we start to go through things. You know what I mean, bro? I mean, that's why I want some sustainable systems.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now I got to go flip the script on you. I heard somebody mention the Raiders. Get up off my buddy, man. I'm with you on the Raiders, remember?
Do y'all is there still some Robeson Raiders? Are y'all claiming Bowling Brook now?
You, man.
Look, the Robeson Raiders. Hey, we'll do like they did Mendel at St. Rita. We'll get y'all a little locker. We'll make y'all a memorial locker at Bowling Brook High School and say, here goes the Robeson Raiders. Was y'all colors red and black too?
That's right. I don't think so. Hell no. No.
Keith Harris is out there. Look, man, can I tell y'all what? Simeon, I saw all type of Simeon people that I never knew in my entire life, who was like, as I was walking out, they was like, "Hey, Jackson," and they was like, "What you know about that blue machine?" I said, "What blue machine?" Simeon. David Moore came in our stands and started doing the running man. It was.
I can only imagine.
Look, man, it was like last year when I did it at at Bowling Brook, it was only like 20, 30 Simeon people out there. It was a lot of Raiders fans. And people was looking like, who is this Mark and what is he doing over? Like, we had more people at the game than Simeon did, because we are the Raiders. Honor the Raiders. Thank you, Israel.
Hey, look, they switch it up. One quick thing. I might try to get the Republicans out to do some more, because J.B. Pritzker ain't going to do nothing, man.
Hey, man, get them out there, but are they going to do something?
We finna see. I'm finna see. I'm an independent for those in the back who are listening. I just can't do Pritzker this year, man. They tricked my mother, so they ain't gonna let them trick me.
Hey, man, they've been tricking us all. We getting that is Israel. Anybody else on the live line? All right, y'all. That is the Mace Jackson Show. On this topic, we're gonna move on. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Alderman Sue Sadlowski-Garza walking away from city council after 8 years in office. She was the first CTU rep on the council. In some kind of way, she had a relationship with CTU and the mayor. It all is soured. We'll talk about it more when we come back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break. Mace Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages and do black people have to honor?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. Messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as bad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Mace Jackson.
I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on the same. Y'all, I must say, every day he's making a way. Ooh, keep on blessing me. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, even when you come and go. I blessing me. In spite of me, he keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. I don't deserve it. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. All the time. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Can't make it unless you. We need you to stop it. Come on and stop it. Do it every day, every hour. Come on and do it. Do it for us now. Somebody in a hospital. Somebody down. Don't feel too well. But bless us now. In the name of Jesus. Oh, please. That's what Grandmama said. Please. Oh, please. Yeah. Oh, please. Yeah. Keep on blessing. Keep on blessing me. While I'm driving the car. While I'm sweeping the floor. While I'm cooking dinner. Taking the kids to school. Walking down the street. Walking through the grocery store. Keep on blessing me. Anywhere that I stand. Anywhere that I stand. Keep on blessing me. In the name of Jesus. Thou son of David. Keep on blessing me. Have mercy, oh God. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop. When I'm disobedient, please don't ever stop. When I go against your will.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis through on the ones and twos. And Riis, we was playing it earlier a little bit. Earlier. Another one bites the dust. And when I say that, it means that the great wave continues. Now, if you think about Sophia King, Rod Sawyer, and Ray Lopez running for alderman, then you think that Kerry Austin, Leslie Hairston, James Kappelman, Harry Osterman, Tom Tunney will also not be returning, with some of them even considering a mayoral run. And then you find out that one of the mayor's former closest allies and chairman of the Workforce Development Committee is resigning and announced her resigning. Riis, it's the mayor. Well, first of all, I'm trying to understand what is going on. Now, I will tell you that the mayor, from what I have been hearing from various aldermen, has been going around threatening aldermen or trying to make them endorse her, right, for her reelection. But they can't. And the reason that they can't endorse her for the reelection is because their constituents are just not having it. Now, in case you don't know, and did you switch over? Switch over to the thing because I want to play an audio clip. In case you don't remember, Alderman Susan Sadlowski, back in February, she popped off and she went off on Ben Jarofsky's podcast and decided that she said that early on she was not supporting the mayor. I'm going to play that clip courtesy of Fox 32 and Mike Flannery. Hold on, give me a second. I got to get you some volume. All right, ready?
Who has managed to piss off, I not support.
Close ally says it's one reason why she won't support a second term for Lightfoot when questioned by podcaster Ben Jarofsky.
No, not support. Absolutely not. I have never met anybody who has managed to piss off every single person they come in contact with. Police, fire, teachers, aldermen, businesses, manufacturing.
While
managed to piss, never met any support.
and Jarofsky.
No, not support. Absolutely not. I have never met anybody who has managed to piss off every single person they come in contact with. Police, fire, teachers, aldermen, businesses, manufacturing.
While it's been Lightfoot's misfortune to be mayor during the worst pandemic.
So, Riis, that goes in line with what I was trying to tell everybody earlier, which is that the mayor, I mean, y'all try to make it like it's me, right? Like, I think people try to be like, Maze, I have an axe to grind. I really don't. I don't feel as though the mayor has the ability to compromise or recognize that there is someone. She has dissed all of her friends and enemies alike. Who is the mayor's friend? Like, who does she care? Like, who has she not crossed? Now, Susan Sadlowski is in an interesting space, Riis, because she is also one of the mayor's chair people. Chairman of workforce development, but she also is was consider herself the mayor's one of her closest friends. You know what the mayor responded to her when she said that? What you think the mayor said? Now let me just back up. Let me play it again, because first of all, let's do it again. Hold on. Riis, come back. Bring it back. Cause
no,
now I want you. Now this is anybody. Hold on. I'm gonna play this clip, and I want you to tell me.
Support. Absolutely not. I have never met anybody who has managed to piss off every single person they come in contact with. Police, fire, teachers, aldermen, businesses, manufacturing.
While it's been Lightfoot's.
Riis. Anybody else says that about the mayor, how's the mayor respond? What's she say to our boy? I wish I had to find out.
You already know. She got the biggest. She just let them know it's okay. It's okay. I think she like, it's okay. You better not hope I win. She better not hope I win.
Well, I think that's the whole reason that people are quitting. Because I want you to also, I'm going to play this clip. The last time, I want you to see how she respond. I want you to remember the last time there was an issue, right? And the mayor, somebody said something about the mayor that was true. Riis.
Many people are unaware that prior to the global pandemic.
Bring it down. Just take it down until we go so it can come out. But if you recall the last time that somebody said something about the mayor, Riis, turn it up.
And I don't fault them at all to be able to control this. But I know that we asked our faith base yesterday to stand at the front line between police and looters and rioters. And I am simply not comfortable telling my churches, those people, to be the intermediary in the middle of a riot that's citywide. We need something better, because right now we only have 370 whatever National Guards on standby. Half our neighborhoods are already obliterated. It's too late. We have to come up with a better plan, because my fear is once they're done looting and rioting and whatever's going to happen tonight, God help us, what happens when they start going after residents, going into the neighborhoods? Once they start trying to break down people's doors so they think they got something, or, we know that people are here to antagonize and incite, and you've got them all pumped today, they're not going to go to bed at 8 o'clock. They're going to turn their focus in the neighborhood. I've got gangbangers with AK-47s walking around right now, just waiting to settle some scores. What are we going to do, and what do we tell our residents other than good faith people stand up? It's not going to be enough.
Thank you, Alderman. Next question.
Well, no, I want an answer. You commented on everybody. I want an answer. It's not something you ignore. This is a question that I have.
I think you're 100% full of shit, I think. If you think we
no offense, fuck you then. Who are you to tell me I'm full of shit?
If you think we were not ready and we stood by and let the neighborhood go up, there's nothing intelligent that I can say to you.
Well, maybe you should come out and see what's going on.
The stupidest thing I have ever heard. I understand you want to preen. I understand that you think that you...
Mayor, you need to check your fucking attitude. That's what you need to do. Right now, no. You need to check your attitude.
We saw how she responded to Alderman Lopez for a true crisis that was actually happening in our community. Do I have? I think I might have got rid of Susan Sadlowski's. But Riis, let me see. Riis, how do you think the mayor responded to Susan Sadlowski? You saw what she said to Ray Lopez.
She hit him with that. You dirty.
She told. She told her. She told her in a text, Sue, I still love you. Nothing has changed. Riis.
That's a good political answer at this moment.
Yeah, but that was months ago. So I guess my question is, Riis, if the mayor is losing all of her allies, who's on her team? Even more of my question, Riis, is how does she pass her budget? So last year she read, and I let me find this so I can find the headline, because do you remember the last headline, the last time a black alderman threatened to not support her budget? Remember what she said? Let me pull it up because I got it. Because, you know, y'all be forgetting. And then Riis, I think y'all be forgetting. So I'm going to just pull it up. She said, on Wednesday, Lightfoot met virtually with members of the City Council Black Caucus, where she made waves by telling them that aldermen who don't support her budget won't have their awards prioritized, according to 6 aldermen who were in the meeting. Don't come to me for beep for the next 3 years if you don't support the budget, 2 aldermen recalled her saying. It's a different way she deals with black people than she deals with white people. Let's start there. Then let's go to the fact that now, with almost 10 people who will not be voting on the who don't have to vote on the budget, puts the mayor in a precarious position as she goes into budget season. And think about this: that lady Susan Sadlowski is going to be the all of these people that the mayor is going to have that are resigning are also going to be the people chairing her budget committee meetings, which means that if they are not on board, they are going to lambaste her and punch holes in everything that she asked for, potentially not pass her budget, and put her in a position of vulnerability going into an election season. Now, think about this. Susan Sadlowski is also a #1 ally of Chicago Teachers Union. Riis, the mayor is running into a full-on storm that she does not even think about. And did you hear about her dissing the dead? Did you hear the mayor diss Mayor Eugene Sawyer at all? I'm going to talk to you about that and how it comes full circle. And also, if you listen to that, the person that was defending the mayor, which should be a lesson to black people and black men in general, the person who was defending the mayor in this clip, who told Alderman Lopez to chill out, was Alderman Riis Sawyer. He was telling him that he was being disrespectful in the end and tried to check the situation. Well, guess what? The mayor then, just 3 years later, the mayor dissed Riis Sawyer and his daddy. And it's like, who is her friend, and who is she solid with? Who can trust her? And now I just think, Riis, I think that if you saw today in Politico, they alluded to it too, but I hear Alderman Ariel Raboyes may be leaving too. And so I would look at all of the aldermen who have reached their maxed out on their pensions. And it leaves the mayor in a very precarious position. But you know what it also does, Riis? It means that black aldermen are in probably the most powerful position that they've been in a while. And then you combine that with the fact that these buses are arriving in Chicago, and we got the mayor's got a real situation on our hands. You know what I think I'm going to do? I don't think I'm going to even wait because we don't have a lot of time. I'd like to, Riis, play you the mayor from a press conference that happened yesterday before we lose the people from WBGX 1570. But let me do this before we do. Thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 who tunes into the Maze Jackson Show. We greatly appreciate you. Check us out now. This conversation is going to go on because I don't know if you have seen, we've got MIGRANT buses arriving in Chicago. And yesterday, the mayor held an emergency press conference because Riis, we started with 75, and now we're up to 125 with no end in sight and no plan. So when I'm gonna play the mayor's press conference from yesterday, and I'm gonna let you guys hear what she had to say, and I'm gonna figure out where we as black people can donate to make sure that our immigrant brothers and sisters are safe in Chicago and have a place, food, shelter, medical care needs, and everything that they need met. We're going to be encouraging people to make donations. I want to know what your thoughts are. But before we do, I'm going to play this clip. Ready, Riis? All right, here we go. This is from the mayor's press conference yesterday. Press availability.
Texas, 50 people in total, mostly families. They started the process, just as it happened last week, doing the initial intake and triage, and we are working together with our state, our county, and other local officials, and of course the bevy of not-for-profit organizations that have come together over these last couple of weeks to make sure that we provide a real welcome to individuals who are coming here to our city to help them make the transition, whether they're staying here or moving onward. Happy to take any questions. Yes, sir. Well, here's my frustration. Like, we're a welcoming city, so we're always going to step up and do the right thing to make sure that migrants who are coming here to our city are well received, that they're supported, that they have food, clothing, shelter, medical care if necessary. My frustration comes from the actions of the governor of Texas. There could be a level of coordination and cooperation, but he chooses to do none of those things and instead tries to send human beings, not cargo, not freight, but human beings across the country to an uncertain destination.
Wait, what's uncertain? They're coming to Chicago, and they're putting them on coach buses. Riis, I was thinking about that. Like, the way it sounds is like they getting put on cargo ships or like in trucks and being shipped like water. No, they are being sent to not unknown places. Right? Like, could you imagine getting off the bus and you get off in Chicago? You probably like, all right. Right? And we got a welcoming committee and everything.
Especially where I come from, the situation I come from.
Exactly.
As we say, I think I hit a lick.
All right, let's go back.
What the circumstances here on the ground. We have yet to hear from anybody in an official capacity from Texas. That's unacceptable. We're talking about human beings' lives who have themselves gone through an incredible journey just to get to the United States. I think the decent human thing to do is to cooperate and collaborate.
Who does she cooperate and collaborate with?
Didn't
she just call Riis? Didn't she just get on the phone and call him, TV and call him a racist and point a finger at him? Now you want to collaborate? All right, let me just understand, but I'm going to keep going.
Obviously has no interest whatsoever in providing any kind of support to people that are coming to Texas.
No, that's why he sent them here. They don't got the money.
Cooperate. Instead of us having to guess, are they coming? Are they not coming? How many?
They're coming.
What are their needs? That is insanity. That doesn't have to happen. He is manufacturing a human crisis, and it makes no sense to me. we're still trying to get that information. They literally just have been here less than 2 hours, so we're working with them now to understand what their countries of origin are, whether or not they have any relatives.
Remember I told you about not being Mexico?
And if not, what we need to do to make sure that we can welcome them properly. We can do a follow-up. That's okay. Go ahead, sir. Well, it's part of my agenda to be a welcoming city, 1,000%. It's part of the agenda of the city of Chicago to make sure that when people come to our city are in need, we welcome them. So, yeah, of course. I have been very unequivocal in my time as mayor to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to provide a safe, welcoming space here in the city of Chicago. This is a time for us to live our values, and that's precisely what we're doing. I think you had a follow-up. We've already done that. We started that process last week, and particularly, obviously, since we see that there's going to be a continuing transition of folks from the border to Chicago. Of course, we're asking for any assistance that we can get from the federal government. The state has stepped in. The county has been an awesome partner. So we're asking all people of goodwill to step up and help support us. And in fact, we've set up a website on the City of Chicago's formal website. That's cityofchicago.gov/support.
So look, I want you to go to cityofchicago.gov/support. I think we should flood the city with goods and items. Black people, we need to respond. We need to load up for our families. And man, I bet there's a location. Remember how I was telling you about like how they're funneling everything to one location? Remember how I was saying that? And then it's the whole city's resources are presented as the city of Chicago. But I think we as black folks should take note, and I think we of all people should understand the need for food, clothing, and shelter, and it is why we must make it our duty. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We must make it our duty to be welcoming. Part of this budget, this conversation that somebody called me racist for, and I'll read his post a little later, was that I said, how much money should we allocate for this? Like, I think that if we know that there's going to be a constant flow directly from the border to the city of Chicago, we need to make preparations economically. Is that racist? To say, if I say how much money should we allocate to this, is that racist or is that understanding the reality? Let me keep playing. But I think that we should follow the lead of our black elected officials in taking, well, let me back up. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play the rest of this video. Turn me back up, Riis. You got me?
Support. So those who want to provide food, clothing, shelter, or just monetary donations to help support the work.
Let's raise. Can we raise 50,000? You think?
Everything that they can to support these folks. We need your help. So I hope people will respond. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. Well, I don't think this is what we stand for. I think it's decidedly unpatriotic and un-American. I understand the pressures that the people of Texas and some of the other border states are under. We see that on a daily basis. But the thing to do is not this. This is creating a human crisis.
Didn't she just go to Texas and snap off?
Without dignity, without respect. It's not what we are as Americans. And it's frankly another demonstration of unpatriotic conduct on the part of the governor of Texas. We can and must do better as Americans. The rest of the world is watching us and how we're treating these people who are coming to our country because they're fleeing violence. They're fleeing a lack of economic opportunity. They were fleeing other kinds of persecution. This is what our country has been about. We open up our arms and we welcome those who have struggled to find a decent quality of life elsewhere. And the way that we welcome them is not what the governor of Texas is doing. It is absolutely un-American, and I urge him. He professes to be a Christian. This is not the Christianity and the teachings of the Bible that I know. And I think religious leaders all across the country are standing up and denouncing exactly this. But what we must do in this moment is make sure that we do live our values and we open up every opportunity that we can to support these migrants who have had such an arduous journey getting here to Chicago. Here is a land where we believe in justice for all, and we're always going to welcome them and do everything we can to support them. We have people coming as families, young children, with their first taste of democracy and freedom in many instances, and we need to make sure that the memory that they have of Chicago and the United States is one of favorable, regardless of what their life's journey takes them on. I want them to feel like in this moment that they came to this city and we wrapped our arms around them and loved them and supported them. Hi there. Well, this is, as I said, a real network of care from the state.
Okay, y'all. Here's our chance. The network of care. Let's participate. Take down the website. I think if we could raise maybe, what do you think, $50,000, like a welcoming donation from black folks, like we could all put in. Like I'm saying, think about it. And we could put WIFTABA in the, like what's in it for the black people in the notes of the thing, and just be like, the black community cares and welcomes you to Chicago. I think that is the move for us as black folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't be against, these people are running from terrorists, like terrorism. Like, probably getting shot down in the street by the people sworn to serve and protect them. I mean, I think we as black people can empathize as much. I mean, Jesus, they were shipped across the country on buses in the middle of the night and brought to Chicago and dropped off, right?
The county and the city, they need what you would expect. They need shelter. They need warm food. We're making sure that there are no medical issues with any of the folks there. So we're doing for them what we would do for any vulnerable resident here in the city of Chicago, making sure that we understand what their needs are and then amassing the resources to meet that need. And I can't speak enough about the not-for-profit groups that have really stepped up. From the Salvation.
I want to see how many black non-for-profit organizations. Also, we should buttress the black non-for-profit organizations that support these organizations as well, because I'm sure that as the immigrant, like especially what are we going to do about the Haitian immigrants that are coming, et cetera, and how do we make sure that they're taken care of? I think this is the best thing we can do right now is, like, I really would like to do a drive, like a fundraiser. You think we could host a fundraiser? Like, let's do a live WIFTABA fundraiser broadcast and raise as much as we can to welcome our new neighbors.
Salvation Army, to the Resurrection Project, to NIJC that's providing legal support as they navigate the immigration system here. There is a long list of people who have stepped up in this moment and shown what Chicago is really about, that we are here to help our neighbors, whether they're long-term residents or people coming new to our city. Well, we really don't know, and that's part of my frustration with the governor of Texas. He's just putting people on buses and treating them like freight. That is
a frustrating
thing. Human beings deserving of dignity and respect. And the best way that we can make sure that we live those values, which I hope that we all aspire to as public servants, is to make sure that there's communications and collaboration. We shouldn't have to guess. We shouldn't have to have people on the ground whispering to us about what's happening. If you don't want these folks to stay in Texas, then make sure that you collaborate with the cities before you put them on the buses so that we can be here and make sure that our services are welcoming and supportive of whatever they're.
We should open an office at the border. We know that they're going to be busing. Remember the mayor got mad at the bus companies for shipping them, right? She should go open up an office that at least at the bus companies in Texas we mount the bus, like we send staff down to Texas and they ride those buses back and they collect all the information, transmit it back to Chicago so that we can have everything set for them when they get here. Like, I don't think we should wait on the governor of Texas. I think that we need to take proactive steps to ensure that we have open places for black folks. I mean, for our new neighbors.
Their needs are, but it's guesswork until they actually get here. That's no way that any government should operate. It's not necessary. As I said, it's a manufactured crisis. Yes, ma'am. I think we got word of that late yesterday, but again, it's always uncertain until we get more specific information. So we got word from various contacts that it might be a possibility, and then throughout the course of the day, we were monitoring to make sure that we had the best and most up-to-date information as possible. It really became
we got spies?
real, I will say, late afternoon, and then they arrived here, as I mentioned, at about 4:15. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And don't forget the number or the website, chicago.gov/support for anyone who wants to provide support, whether it's food, clothing, shelter. There's a lot of needs that are here. Our not-for-profit partners are stepping up, the government across the state, county, and city, but we can always use extra support and help. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, we'll take a break, and when we come back, I want to mobilize black people. First of all, what should be our response? How do we welcome our new neighbors to our welcoming city? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. They don't want to talk about it, huh? They don't. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back after these messages. Well, you still on your...
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Ruthie Mo. Reach the ruler. Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, and check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Over office was the strap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell them to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell them to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city, we built this city. Back, put this country together and gave them hella aid. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants, they pay the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the ruler. Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just a tire. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that built it so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that built it so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to see it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And let the still carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Mayor Lightfoot is calling for collaboration with the governor of Texas, which I don't know if that works, but I did want to point out a couple headlines. Did you see back in May, Mayor Lightfoot went down to Texas for a 5-day business and fundraising trip? I feel like somewhere in that space, you got to open up the lines of communication. So those same people that she was raising money with, should be the same people that are helping us put together our Chicago Office of Immigration, our welcoming office in Texas. See, I think we should just open up an office in Texas and bring people here. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, I've also come up with the calculation that if we spend $5,000 per migrant, it'll cost us about $5 million per 1,000. So I guess my thing is, and if we look at, let's say they bring us, do you think it's realistic that we could get like 5,000? So we got 5,000 migrants. That would cost the city approximately $25 million, right? Why are you looking at me like, no, Mister, get us, no. So let's say $5 million per 1,000. How much? So do we take 10,000? So that'd be about $50 million. How much, and how much private money should we as a community raise? Like what should be the black participation in this? And then my other question is, how soon before, like, who will be the black elected official? Under what circumstances should black elected officials take a leadership role in this? Right? Because again, Riis, this is going to be a lot of money allocated. Right? They're playing it off and they're saying it's all private donations, but we saw what happened with the Afghans. We saw what happened with the Ukrainians. Right? So let's say about $5,000 in resources per person. And I say that's on the light end. So for every 1,000, about $5 million. So should we take approximately, and at what point do we should there be a cap? Is it unlimited? And then, so Riis, on Saturday, I asked how much money should we allocate in the budget, and this dude, Hector Villagrana, came on my post and said, oh, you're still practicing the low-key racism. Like, first of all, it blows me that somebody can come on my page and call me racist. Then on top of it, when I'm talking about a legitimate issue, but because we've now allowed race to be a tool to attack black people, this Hector Villagrana feels like he can come on my page and call me a racist, low-key try to call me a racist for asking a legitimate question. Do you think that didn't they just ask the mayor how much money did she get from federal government for this? Obviously they need a budget because they're trying to get us to raise money. Yes? No? Or is it it's the magic money tree where all of the sources and resources don't come from someone? Do people who go there, do they gotta get paid overtime? How much of our resources should we dedicate? And even if we don't change the budget, I said this the other day, y'all, it's math. They don't want us to read or count. They just want us to think like it's okay. Did you think that the governor of Texas was going to team up when hasn't she called him like a racist or something? Anyway, give us a call, 872-259-7474. How should the black community respond to our new neighbors, and are we going to do drives? Are we going to do how much are we donating? What are we putting in on this? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, we got anybody on the line? Any callers? Call on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning. How you doing, Maze?
All right. What's up, Miko? How you feeling, sis?
I'm fine. I recall asking about a year ago what helped with Atlanta in a co-op. So now we got senior citizens that's being put out, that's being evicted unjustly in a co-op. And every time they get an eviction notice, they're going to the hospital and they're not never coming home. They're dying. And you got these white management companies stealing their properties from up under them. We going to raise money for that? We going to help with that? They in Atlanta. Okay? If we're going to help get them predators from off of them and get them lawyers and make sure that they're protected, and this won't keep happening to them. We got babies that's going to be homeless right here in Chicago. Black babies. And you know, once you're homeless, when you're not stable, that messes up your education, and that pretty much puts you more at risk. We're going to help with that. And I don't mean no harm. I got all kinds of things mixed in my blood. But I know what the highest percentage is. Like, for real. I don't. And my heart beats for, trust me, you know I'm out here helping anybody anytime I can. Like, seriously, a lot of this stuff keep me up at night. Are we going to help with that? And I'm asking for real. I didn't call the FBI and everything else about what's going on in Atlanta. We going to help with that? Oh, I'm looking for an answer.
Well, I think that the same people that are rallying up to help our migrant brothers and sisters have to be raised awareness, and we have to pick which issues we're going to be involved in. I think that oftentimes we are in a situation where there are so many crises that we can't pick one. But I think that the mayor has prioritized this, and I think we as Chicagoans need to get on board. I mean, it's our own backyard. We have new neighbors. I mean, who would think about any? I mean, I think like when you listen to these press conferences, right? When you listen to this press conference, you would think that it was Mississippi. So I think that we see black people in crisis all over. And I guess my question is, what is our role in saving them? And I understand your pressure. You need to watch, and I'm not saying this as a smart ass, you should watch the Richard Simmons special. What happened to Richard Simmons, because it talks about people like ourselves who take on all of the challenges of our people and then go crazy. I'm not calling you crazy, but it is tough to have all of these burdens and not be able to relieve yourself. We got to start figuring out who the black therapist is. All right, y'all, it's the Meg Jackson Show. How much should we give to this crisis? Riis, how much should Riis, wait, so $5 million per 1,000. How many thousands should we take? Call me on the Meg Jackson Show.
Good morning, Meg.
What's up, Anthony?
You, man. Oh, man, it's been a rough weekend. Not necessarily rough, but eventful, let's put it that way. Anyway, we were talking about, I don't know, when I called in, you were talking about the alderman from the 10th Ward, Sadlowski.
Yep.
You and I, the last time we seen each other over there at the spot, we talked about that ward, remember?
We sure did.
And you were the one that told me that she was going to resign, okay? That ward, you know, there was a reason they put our gift cards in that ward, okay? That ward had been operating with 29,000 citizens, okay? And I think we talked about each ward is supposed to have close to 50,000 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing, and that was part of the reason I had came when I was over there, not last Saturday, but Saturday before last. I wanted to discuss some of the things that I know about that ward. That ward is never been represented by a black representative, but the time is right. Okay, the time is right, yo. Trust me. That's why she's not running for re-election, because she knows once the Biden votes start coming in and Jeffrey Manners votes start coming in and the votes that are, you know, been sat on and disenfranchised, believe it or not, hey, she knows she can't get reelected. She knows she can't get reelected. But, you know, and on another subject, you know, I heard the brothers coming at you about the game Saturday. And I said, you know, I know it's too soon.
Oh, here you go.
No, seriously, man. I'm at the barber shop. My barber, he's one of them blue fly guys, okay? And everybody was talking about Simeon because it's in the area there, right? And they was like, man, they was like licking their chops talking about Saturday, man. I'm like, damn, I I didn't know
that was their Super Bowl, dog. Don't be mad. I understand. It was their Super Bowl. That's the best they ever gonna do. Simeon Blue Machine. It's okay. I ate my crow. I'm through. We back to talking smack. Go Raiders.
Coming up in Chicago public school, we all hated Simeon because they were so successful. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But these cats that went to Simeon, know all the coaches and all that stuff. And the guys that I'm talking to, like my barber I was telling you about, they was like supporting their school. I'm like, okay, all right. So that's why that for years I never understood why everybody, I'm not gonna say disliked Simeon, but was jealous of Simeon.
Ain't nobody jealous of Simeon. Ain't nobody jealous of Simeon, Anthony. I see where you trying to go with this call, but don't nobody care about no damn Simeon. Go Raiders.
I know it's too soon to be discussing that with you because, it was only a matter of hours ago, So I'm going to leave you alone about that, but I'm just telling you, the 10th ward is up for, that's the right pickings there. That's what I call it.
That's a great point. I didn't even think of it.
All right, well, I'll see you, I guess, Saturday maybe?
Saturday and Sunday because we're getting it cracking. Cracking Sunday for the football game.
All right, brother, I'm looking forward to sitting and talking to you. I got some ideas.
All right, well, let's do it. All right. I'll see you on Saturday or Sunday. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody else on that line? Any callers? How much? Oh, hold on. Because the mayor said to Governor Abbott that why you ain't talking to me, right? And then I don't think she remembers on May 25th, she said, Governor Abbott, instead of coming after my city, take a moment to think about how you can stop this carnage. I work day and night to stop the violence. I see the suffering. Open your eyes. Lives are being lost. Be a part of the solution or get the hell out of the way. So he just did what she told him to do. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Read how much you donate to our... www.cityofchicago.gov/support. We need to be on top of that. Riis, let me go to the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, my son.
Hey, Sister Zakia, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing better. I'm about 85 today, I think.
Wait. Oh, okay.
85%.
Okay. I was about to say, Sister Zakia, you don't look no day over 32 years old. You talk about some 85. You better cut it out.
No. I've been percentage of feeling. Listen, my son, two things I want to say because you're really funny today and last week. Solis wore a wire for 5 or 6 years, I think it was, right? And he has implicated a lot of people in that corruption and scams that was going on down there in city council. So I'm hearing everybody that was on the zoning committee going to prison. And I'm hearing everybody that's all of a sudden hanging their guns up because they're going to be with their family and all these other things. I understand they're going to prison as well. So I think that's what all of this resigning is about. But the other thing that I wanted to mention, and that is about what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that some Section 8 families who have been on that waiting list for over a year, they're going to be seeking a legal counseling to file class action suits against CHA, the mayor in the city of Chicago, and the federal government if they are looked over for illegal, undocumented immigrants who have broken the law to come to a city where they pay taxes in a country where their ancestors have gone to war. I understand they're using all these different things in that lawsuit. So I'm just wondering, can that happen? I don't know if we got lawyers anymore like that. Because, see, we used to have really good grassroots lawyers. All of that's gone. You're lawyers not like they used to be. They ain't going to help you do nothing unless you got a lot of money. But, you know, we had all of that with Judge Eugene Pinch and Judge Hope and Stan Willis and all of that. But those were back in the days actions. But I don't know if you heard this or not, but I understand the class action suit is going to go out from the African American community of families who are on that Section 8 waiting list and who have been trying to get the link card. Have you heard that?
I have not, but you know what? Somebody been telling me. Somebody, my super CHA insight has been telling me something has been cracking. I just didn't know exactly what it is. Thank you, Sister Zakia, for bringing me up to speed on that. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Anybody else? That's it. I know y'all callers ain't want to do nothing. I have put the website up for you to donate. The donation and volunteer support for new arrivals from Texas. As a welcoming city of Chicago, we know Chicagoans are ready to show their generosity and are looking for ways to support these individuals. However, our shelter partners at this time cannot accept walk-up volunteers, and due to security and safety concerns for minors on site, there is a registration process to become a volunteer. If you wish to volunteer, please complete the volunteer. We also know that Chicagoans have already begun collecting donations for these individuals. The city is in the process of identifying drop-off locations and we'll have more to share soon. A list of essential items that will be accepted can be found below. Please note that we will not accept food or used items. Gift cards, new clothing, athletic shoes, new hygiene kit items, feminine hygiene products, diapers, reusable bags, backpacks, baby formula, blankets, books for kids, and strollers. I think we should have a where should we make you think I get Tyrone Muhammad to let me borrow his office? Cause you know he got big space. Maybe we could get Tyrone Muhammad to let that be the collection place, and then we collect all the goods and we all get together and be like black people and take them over and deliver. I think that would be pretty cool. Right? Who are the black elected officials that are going to be in these press conferences? I haven't seen any black elected officials. Let me ask you a question. Are there any local black elected officials that we expect that should be participating in this? Let me ask you a question. Who will be the black elected officials that will take this mantle? I think this is something we should watch. Does that make sense? Like, I really am curious to see who is the black elected officials that are going to stand up for this. And then, Riis, the question will be, if they do, what did they get for it for us? Like, again, this goes to the Mark Carter Office of Black Americans. Right? So everything that we see, resources that we see go this way, we should also see. So who will be the black elected officials that will stand with the mayor in the press conference and tell black people that we should participate? I've got the courage to do it. You see me, right? I'm telling us. Now, people will call me racist for saying that we should support our new neighbors. Riis, they need a place. All right, let's take a quick message. Let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, well, let me just tell you this. I think that this, considering that the mayor has a budget issue about passing her budget, the moment, like right now, the smart black elected officials, hopefully the Black Caucus will leverage every moment of this for our benefit. Right? You see the mayor has all of these people that have a right to not vote for her budget, which means that the most important caucus to her now at this point is the Black Caucus. The Black Caucus needs to shake her down. Right? Like, the Black Caucus needs to win, and we can't take her word for it for the future. Remember, she told y'all, remember when she said, don't ask me for 3 years? Well, 3 years is up. You supported her. We still ain't got no cannabis. We ain't got no gaming. Look, bro. Right now, the only people supporting the mayor are black people. And understanding that the Black Caucus, right now, if I was the Black Caucus, I'd be like, I think I need the budget committee. I think we need the budget and the finance committee. How many votes Scott Wagenspat gonna get you? Like here's the challenge, Riis. The challenge is black folks, because we get along so well, we ain't ready to stick the knife. Like right now, somebody needs to go to the mayor and be like, Madam Mayor, it's looking bad for you out here. You got 13 people out. None of these people are going to help you get signatures, petitions, any of that, right? So now I got to say to you, Madam Mayor, hey, Madam Mayor, I see you're trying to be super black, but you got to stand up here and do this Latino thing right now. And it's not even Latino because the Latinos ain't with you. So, Madam Mayor, while you turning super black and you standing up here trying to get black people to vote for you, how do you think black people feel about this, right? And she needs black votes, Riis. So now imagine needing black votes and you got to stand up here and say this. What now needs to happen is somebody needs to be like, Madam Mayor, every time you have this press conference, you're going to lose black people. And in that process, you need to make sure that you give them something so that they don't forget. Riis, get my girl up. Get the girl up. Because, we forgot. And so I need for y'all to be pulling up all of these things to remember. Remember, just a year ago, she told you as she raised the speed cameras, if you don't vote for her, if you don't support, she would cut your awards off for the last 3 years. It's here now. And now she needs black people. And can I tell you, y'all might think this is crazy, but I really think like they know that black people ain't really feeling this. And she needs black people to win, right? So I want to see how many time she stands up, how many black elected officials are going to stand up there with her, right? And if they do, what is the return on investment that I think we have to ask? Because if I see a black elected official standing up here, then you got to say, Riis, this is the perfect time for the question.
Closer to home, Rakia Boyd, and Laquan McDonald, and too many others. I want you to know that I support you and will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. This case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
How fair?
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up. We will and we must continue to say her name.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
The official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks.
Oh no, finish it. Finish the commercial.
Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena September 16th through 18th.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Just as a breaking report, Brandon Johnson, CTU member, has filed amended his A1 to include that he is running for mayor of the city of Chicago. Riis. So I'm thinking about the mayor. And did you see the story last week? Did anybody see the story about Mayor Lightfoot calling out Mayor Eugene Sawyer? And I messed up. I didn't do this. So we missed this, but I don't know if y'all saw this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna just go ahead and play the clip because they'll do the work for me. I don't know if you have seen this, Riis. Keep it low for a second. Keep it low for a second. Keep it low for a second. Because it is now. I'm gonna play this report. Let's go.
As white racist, I think does a disservice to you and a disservice to the city of Chicago.
Let's go back. Let me start.
For you to just
go. This is courtesy of Fox 32. Alderman Rod Sawyer responding to Mayor Lightfoot's comments about his father. Here you go.
While we label them as white racist, I think does a disservice to you and a disservice to the city of Chicago.
The son of former Mayor Eugene Sawyer today telling Lori Lightfoot to apologize for comments she made about his now deceased father. Mayor Lightfoot spoke yesterday at a Southside restaurant.
Our political editor Mike Flannery joins us live now with more. Anthony and Sally, as Mayor Lightfoot runs for re-election, she claims to have picked up the baton Mayor Harold Washington left when he died in 1987. And yesterday, she suggested the black mayor who replaced him, Eugene Sawyer, had thrown in with a gang of racists.
After 4 years of everything that Harold Washington tried to do being blocked by a racist mob in city council, that same mob that blocked him from doing anything picked the one that they wanted, the one that they thought that they could control. And December 2nd, 1987 is when Eugene Sawyer was instituted as the mayor of the city.
If Eugene Sawyer were still alive, he would have turned 88 years old this coming Saturday. While in college in Alabama, he was a volunteer personal security guard for Martin Luther King Jr. during the Montgomery bus boycott in the early days of the civil rights movement. His son, Roderick Sawyer, is now himself a candidate for mayor, having represented the South Side 6th Ward in the city council. He's among about a half dozen African-American candidates running to unseat Lightfoot. He notes that several of the aldermen who voted to make Eugene Sawyer mayor back in 1987 were very well respected, including the late Kathy Osterman, who at times had been an ally of Mayor Washington. She's the mother of current council member Harry Osterman.
She owes them an apology. She has nothing to worry about from me, but she should really think twice about what she said about those individuals or their legacy. I sit with one of those individuals, the son of one of those
Harry
individuals,
Osterman, who has resigned.
a good friend. That person needs an apology. Others need apologies. I think that was just done. It was a self-serving statement, and it was reckless, and it was irresponsible.
We've reached out to Mayor Lightfoot for a response, as well as to Harry Osterman, who is soon to leave the city council. We'll have more on our news at 5 o'clock. I'm political editor Mike Flannery.
So, Riis, Mayor Lightfoot, I think that most people have come to the recognition that regardless of what you thought about Eugene Sawyer, he was effective. He was effective. And he continued or finished Harold Washington's legacy. And I think if you were to talk to most of the historians, particularly who participated in the black thing, they say they was wrong. Right now, I'm not tripping on Ed Burke and Ed Verdoliak and all of them, but I think it was kind of crazy for Mayor Lightfoot to besmirch a dead black mayor that she's in a fraternity of. But let's also remember that this is the same mayor that told the Latino caucus that she did more for blacks than Harold Washington. And basically told the blacks to went to the Latinos. Went to the Latinos and said that the black people get mad because she has done more for black people than Harold Washington. I took offense to that, and you know, y'all was like, she can say whatever. Y'all done let her. So now the mayor says that she's done more for blacks than Harold Washington. She then calls out Mayor Eugene Sawyer. Riis is one of those things where she hasn't been caught up on black history. Like, we've all come to recognize that this was all a plot. Now, let me go back. Riis, would I be wrong if I talk about karma in this scenario? I want to share a story with you all, because I think it's ironic that the mayor is now calling out dead people. Okay? So can I flash you back to 2019, when I was at the other station and I received a press release from the chairman of the Black Caucus, who at the time was Alderman Rod Sawyer. Right? And when I got the press release was addressed to his publicist, white lady. I named her. I called her out, right? I said, and it really wasn't a diss to her, honestly. It was the fact that I felt like the publicist for the Chicago Aldermanic Black Caucus needed to be someone black, because that was an opportunity, a catalyst for them to grow their business. It was something that had happened to me, and I had done it had helped me tremendously through Alderman Alston and Alderman Burnett, right? That was when they all was cool with me. Now they ain't all cool with me. They don't be liking me too much. So anyway, I recall, and it really wasn't personal about the woman. It was about the fact that the chairman of the Black Caucus was not intentional about giving the job of the publicist to a black person. Now, I went off and went on the radio, and it eventually changed. But the white publicist never forgave me and really made it her business. I remember she walked up to me and said, "Oh, I am da-da-da-da-da-da. My name is Joanna, and I'm da-da-da-da-da-da." Right? And I was like, I was kind of like, so, and I really did not have an axe to grind with the woman at all. Her name just popped up, and it's like, that does not look like a black name to be coming from the Black Caucus, right? But she never forgave that, right? And so when we had the opportunity, when there was someone in my family running for office, she teamed up to create the story in the BGA. That BGA story, the negative story, remember? Where it was like they niggerized me, and they was like, remember? And I was like, and then remember the next day, Riis, I took my phone and I showed the picture, and I said, this is the person who did it, and blah, 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 XYZ, ABC, and she became the white women victim. And then all of the white men decided, and all of the people said, oh, how dare this black man offend this woman, right? And I remember then, you know, I did the whole apology and blah, 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 blah. And then if you go to Capitol Facts, she went in there and was like, he still hasn't apologized to me. And he talked to me about somebody being dead, and he wasn't even there to defend himself. Right? Now, here is that same publicist who worked for Alderman Sawyer at the time, now advising the mayor to use the same tactics. And just think about the fact that we have now gotten to a point where white political advisors can tell black people to call black people racist and get away with it. Now, the reason I say this is because when I was approaching the black folks about this issue way back, right? Not one black person, as they knew what happened, not one black person really stood up and said nothing besides on our show. And now, here is that same white woman advising the mayor against you using the memory of one's father. While if you go back and you scroll through Capitol Facts, that same team was the people that were pushing, how dare he talk about this black man who isn't alive to defend himself. And now here's the mayor and her team exercising the same tactics. Do y'all remember this story? Remember, I was just like, and if you go back in the comments, because remember it was like, he still hasn't apologized to me. Like, does the mayor owe Rod Sawyer's family an apology? Like, how does she get to call out a dead black mayor and feel comfortable doing it? Oh yeah, she went Karen, but then here's my point. My point is, I think about all the black people that be like, that's my friend, right? Black people who run to the forefront. I remember being like, yo, cuz, you can't give up these black opportunities to other people. It had nothing to do with her. And we always think that everybody's our friend, but when they have the opportunity to do you, they do you. I want you to go. I bet if you go back to all the Twitter threads and all the things that were said about Maze Jackson, the mayor just did all of that. She talked about a dead man who we all respect, who after history looking back, says this man did a great job. Because now, and Alderman Sawyer said, well, now the mayor needs to be super black, because she's lost all her white and Lakeshore support. So now she needs to be super black. But can you be super black? And I need you to forward to the judge part. Get the spot back, Riis. And get it to the judge. Look, I know that judge. How you super black and you knew the judge and you saw that woman screaming? And I'm crazy. Like, you go back to Capitol Facts and look at all of the comments of all of the white liberals who use black pain and suffering and will jump out and feel comfortable calling us racist, feel comfortable using all. Really? So in the history of black mayors, we've got 3. And the one goes back to, one says she says she's better than the first one, who everybody loves, and then screws over the other one. He's dead. I was talking about the live people. You're talking about the dead people. Riis, how you gonna be super black? Watch the Anjanette Young tape and say this.
They're taking a.
Well, that would have been perfect too.
Try and prevent the body camera video
Go back.
from being broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided? And I watched that video.
Super black.
this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up. We will and we must continue to say her name.
So, Riis, it's just tough for me. It's tough for me. To listen to a mayor call out Mayor Sawyer, who I think people have even apologized for not recognizing who he was at the time. So, and here's the mayor telling the Latino caucus. Lightfoot noted that the Black caucus has been opposed to the idea on the basis that more should be done for the Black community, and said, "I've poured a F ton of money into Black Chicago." Dag, I lost it. Okay, freshman alderman. Wait a minute. Oh, at another point in Tuesday's conversation with the Latino caucus, Lightfoot told aldermen that she would put her record investing in Black and brown communities against any mayor. Freshman alderman Andre Vasquez responded by invoking the city's first Black mayor, Harold Washington. Even Harold, Lightfoot said, according to the alderman present. I think that the position of being a Black mayor in the city of Chicago holds a position of esteem. I don't know that there should be anybody Black denigrating the spot, because the denigration of the spot by you only denigrates you, denigrates the history of it. The whole karma part of it all is, I told y'all 4 years ago that we cannot allow white folks to be in our spots and feeling comfortable that they can say and do anything. And now you got white folks calling Black people racist. And now you got the mayor who has no Black press people, Black consultants, now telling her that who tells her it's okay to diss Mayor Sawyer? And is it okay? Maybe I'm wrong. Is it okay to diss him? I don't know. But don't tell me about, don't type in capital flags about dissing the dead and then your client disses the dead. But you know what happens is, once you let one person do it, then everybody feel like they could do it. Last is the Maze Jackson Show. Riis? Hold on. I don't know if I got anything else, man. I got more stuff on this paper that I'll probably move over till tomorrow. But until then, anything else we got? Any calls? Anybody on the line? They ain't want to talk to me, man. Are y'all busy mobilizing? Y'all getting ready to do the? Are we doing a drive? Are we doing a drive? Immigration drive? I think we should think about it. I think we should, wouldn't it be great, if all the Black semis pulled up and when they came to, we was there with items and materials and what does the list say? We could get them. They said they're not taking nothing used though, Riis. Nothing used. So I'm just telling you. All right. Well, y'all got anything else for me? Anything else I need to know? All right. Well, Riis, I'm about ready to get up out of here. This is the Maze Jackson Show. 9 on Tuesday, 9/6. I'm about ready to get up out of here. So for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. Suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. When you really break it down, it's typical